Are you scared? Are you worried? Some think the world is coming to an end, and others know better. But what about the wars we see around the world? What about the conflicts in LA and other big cities? In the last century, we had 2 world wars. Now we have just internal conflicts. But there's about 56 of them currently around the world. But did you know that of all the people to die because of war in the last 100 years, only 3% died in the last 25 years? A world war consolidates the wars, but it affects everyone and kills more people. And I'm not even going to touch the topic of what's happening in LA and other big cities. But what does this have to do with real estate? Well, that's a good question. Events from around the world impact our local housing market, even if it's just temporarily. And there are 2 major issues that affect the markets: interest rates and the economy. And those 2 are combined and interacted in many ways. The big issue now is that rates are too high. And I think the Fed is scared to lower rates too fast. They blew it in 2022 by raising them too late. And the current higher rates have created issues unseen before the pandemic. However, it's not that unusual. The last 5 years have been unusual, and we may be getting back to normal, whatever that is. And currently, many buyers are waiting for interest rates to drop before buying a home. And this causes the number of homes on the market, aka inventory, to rise. If you look at how the inventory has increased, especially this year, you'll see it's doing so at a rapid rate. However, look at 2017 through 2019. It's much higher and more normal. Also note the trajectory of those 3 years is similar to 2025. It's definitely increased year over year, but isn't as high as pre-pandemic levels. Realtor.com says the number of homes for sale is rising in many markets, giving shoppers more choices than they had in years. Sellers are becoming more flexible on pricing, underscored by the price reductions we are seeing. And while higher interest rates are certainly weighing on demand, the silver lining is that the market is starting to rebalance. And this could create opportunities for buyers who are prepared. And this is true. The key is to be prepared. The fear is that prices are dropping. And while it's true, it's not widespread, and also occurs because sellers think we're in a seller's market. And this graph shows that 44% of sellers sold for less than they're asking. But also notice that 27% sold for more than they're asking. And having all the right facts usually puts things in perspective. Price reductions are a good sign of what's happening in the market. 36% of sellers had to reduce their price to sell their home. And on the flip side, about 65% did not. And obviously there's some rounding there. Where the price reductions occur in the US varies. California is low compared to other states. And the truth is, sellers are overestimating what buyers are willing to pay for their home. Days on market has increased, but that's also a sign the market is adjusting back to normal. It's not normal for a house to sell in a week. We just got used to it. How do you make sure your home is priced right and sells faster? Listen to Homes.com. The best way to determine your selling price is to talk with an expert and get a pulse on the current market. The key word there is current. Remember to consider the differences between your home and others that recently sold. Be realistic about your home and what the market can net you based on its condition. Whether you're a buyer or seller, it's important to be prepared to get the best deal. And when you're ready, our number is above. And on that, it's time to get Prep Note. That's it for our show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on All the Right Moves with Jeff Moss.